What up, guys? Fight Fiend Migs here, coming at you with a new video. Thanks for taking the time to stop by and checking it out. If you guys are here for the first time, welcome to my channel. If you guys are coming back, welcome back, and thank you for coming back. Before I get started, I do want to say I hope everyone is doing well and staying healthy. I woke up to the unfortunate news this morning that UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov's father has passed away due to complications from COVID. So please, guys, take this very, very seriously. It's no joke. Take the proper precautions. My condolences to Khabib and his family. I mean, I'm sure he's not going to watch this, but I mean, it feels wrong to, for a public figure to lose someone and not, acknowledge it or send out condolences. So definitely my condolences to Khabib and his family for that. Please, guys, take this very seriously. Seems like things are starting to shut down again because of a spike and increase. Of course, that's going to happen when things started opening back up. But anyway, I'm not the news, so I'm not going to report any of that shit. So hope everyone is doing well and doing their part to stay healthy. Moving on, you guys can catch me on fightnetradio.com with Lee Harnish and Andrew Lapachet. It's basically a boxing-related radio show, so if you can, please check me out there. Then also on Instagram at FightFiendMigs, and of course here, FightFiendMigs on YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I do also want to say thank you, guys. My last video, which was in regards to AJ and Fury, the potential fight in 2021. It's gotten upwards of about 800 views, over 800 views. I know for most YouTubers that ain't jack shit, but for me it's kind of a big deal. So thank you guys for watching that and engaging in the comments and whatnot. I'll make sure to leave a link or somewhere around here for that video if you guys want to check it out. Okay, moving on to the topic of the video, the recent announcement of Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell. Now, that's actually a pretty solid fight. I'm pretty hyped up about that fight because Ryan Garcia right now is in that developmental stage in his career where they're starting to feed him. Well, he has started to feed him stiffs, a bunch of tomato cans so he can take out, and then they start giving him some journeyman guys who can give him rounds. And Ryan has been able to knock those guys out as well. I believe his last opponent with Fonseca, I believe it was supposed to give him a little bit of fucking trouble. At least have him lose some sleep or something. And Ryan took him out in one round. So that was Ryan is doing his part. They're putting him up against guys who Ryan can beat, and he's doing his part by whooping their ass. Now this guy, there was some talks about Ryan fighting Jorge Linares first, and that was kind of that was a serious fight. When I first read that, I was like, oh shit, okay, that's legitimate. We all know who Linares is, so having Garcia fight him, I kind of thought was a little bit too high of a jump in competition. But, ultimately that didn't happen. And the next best thing is Luke Campbell. As a matter of fact, last year, Ryan Garcia fought on the Kovalev Canelo undercard, and during the post-fight press conference actually mentioned Luke Campbell's name, which you'll see here.
Well, I had a little plan, just my own thoughts. I wanted to fight Linares next, and then I wanted to fight Luke Campbell. Those are the fights, realistically, that I want.
All right, fair enough. He said, if not, Linares. Well, he said first he wanted both of them. He said Linares and then Luke Campbell. Unfortunately, the fight with Linares isn't going to happen, at least not yet. So Luke Campbell is the next best thing. All right, so I'm actually pretty excited about this fight because, as I was saying earlier, Luke, for those of you watching this video who are boxing fans, probably already know who Luke Campbell is. In case you don't, though, let me just give you a quick rundown. I have my laptop here on my left. For starters, Luke Campbell is a 2012 Olympic gold medalist. I think it was a bantamweight at the time. But he made it to the Olympics and he got himself a gold medal. That's pretty hot shit. It legitimately is. He has only 3 losses on his record. The first one, as a matter of fact, was a split decision loss several years back. But his 2 most recent losses have been to Jorge Linares himself and Vasily Lomachenko, 2 of the best fucking lightweights in the world, and he went 12 rounds with each. So Campbell is no fucking joke. Seriously, no joke. He is no pushover whatsoever. He is going to give Garcia a run for his fucking money. 100%. Now, if you guys, I highly suggest watching Luke Campbell versus Vasily Lomachenko, because somewhere in the 7th round, I think it was, Campbell actually, it looked like he hurt Lomachenko to the body. It was like some sort of like left hook to the liver or something. Man, it was clean as fuck, and it almost looked like Lomachenko seized for a second. He like folded over, and he was getting a little reckless. He was coming in the way Loma did against Linares when Linares caught him with that right hand that dropped him. He kind of came in a little bit reckless, and it almost looked like that fucking left hook lifted Vasily off his fucking feet. It was a solid ass left to the body, and it looked like for a quick second he kind of like, oh, you could kind of see it, and for a moment I was like, oh shit, is he fucking hurt? Like, damn, that shit was clean as fuck. Campbell put on a spirited effort against Lomachenko, so he is no pushover whatsoever. I am so hyped about that one. That fight with Campbell and Ryan, I think this is going to be his first Ryan's first real true test. Like we're gonna see what Ryan is about in this fight. Like I guarantee fucking to you, we're gonna see him. If he mops the floor with Campbell, then I'd be like, oh shit, okay, Ryan's the real deal. Ryan's the real deal. He's kind of a little bloated, right? He's kind of a little full of himself. He's been talking a lot of smack, and he does that, in general, and he has a following from he's on Instagram, and he's got all these girl fans that fucking love him or whatever the fuck. He's like the Oscar de la Hoya sorta. So he's kind of full of himself. Let's be honest. He's kind of talked too much shit for what he's actually accomplished, right? Regardless, he's doing his thing. He's doing what he needs to be doing. They put him up against the guys he can beat. He's taking them out. He's doing his part. This fight with Luke Campbell is very, very interesting, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough ass fight. I'm really excited. There's a few things that I'm kind of not too excited about. This fight is actually going to be for the WBC interim lightweight championship, which I kind of sort of understand because the actual champion, if you can call it that, is Devin Haney, who recently had a shoulder surgery, and I'm not sure when he's going to be back in the ring. I read sometime in May that he's planning to come back in July. It's already July, and I haven't read anything. I try to keep up with what's going on, and I haven't read anything or heard anything about him and his next potential opponent. So I guess the WBC says, fuck it, I'm not going to wait for him, or we're not going to wait for him, and we're going to make this interim title fight between Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell. Now, the WBC pretty much sticks their nose in everywhere they possibly can. One of the reasons the Ryan Garcia and Jorge Linares fight didn't actually happen was because ultimately Jorge decided to sign to fight Fortuna, Javier Fortuna. Now, the WBC stuck their nose in that fucking fight as well because they're going to make that fight for the WBC Diamond Belt. What hasn't already been said about WBC at this point that hasn't been repeated countless fucking times? More championships, more sanction and fees. That's obviously the reason they're doing it, and it makes the championship scene a little murky. We all know that the legitimate champion I should say, is Vasily Lomachenko, even though he's considered the franchise champion. That's what they call him, the franchise champion. But he's the number one guy in the division. Fuck what belts he actually has. I guess the next guy in line would be Devin Haney. He's the regular champion, I guess we can call him. And then we're gonna have an interim champion coming up when Garcia fights Luke. Whenever the shit, whoever wins that one, they're gonna be considered the interim lightweight champion. And then whenever fucking Linares fights Fortuna, they're gonna fight for the diamond belt. So we're gonna have up to 4 potential champions in the same weight division for one sanctioning body. What can we say about that? So it's I understand the interim part because who knows when the hell Haney's gonna come back, but it's fucking pathetic. It makes it a mess. It makes it a whole fucking mess. It looks like I wanted to take a look at when this next fight. I believe it was August, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we're looking at August. I have my laptop here to my left here, but we're looking at August 28th when Garcia is going to take on Luke Campbell, which is about a month and a half or so. And I believe it's gonna. I'm not sure if they've actually thought or they have decided where it's going to take place yet. But August is when we're looking at it. That is going to be a tough fight. I can't right offhand. I know that Garcia is going to be the favorite, and Luke is going to be the the underdog. How much of an underdog? I'm not sure yet. I haven't checked out the odds, but I don't know who's gonna win that fight, to be honest. Like, this is, as I was saying, this fight is really going to show us what Ryan Garcia is made of, what he really has, all the shit that he's talked. He's gonna have to back it up in this fight because Luke is no fucking pushover. I highly suggest you guys watch that fight with Luke Campbell and Vasily Lomachenko. He put on a very spirited effort. He was stunned a couple of times. You can tell he kind of like froze a couple of shots that. And you know what? I don't like, to some extent. I don't feel like Vasily is even like a true lightweight. Honestly, I still think he's kind of a more of a natural 130 pounder. But even then, he's showing his greatness by beating guys like Linares and beating guys like Luke Campbell. I want to say Luke Campbell's height gave Vasily, and his height and his reach kind of gave Vasily a little bit of problems. I'm not sure he was going to have that same advantage with Garcia because Garcia is pretty lanky himself. Um, it's an interesting fight, and I'm actually pretty hyped up about it. And the whole division itself is actually pretty stacked. And I was thinking about this earlier in the week. Not only is the 135-pound division pretty fucking stacked in boxing, but it's actually pretty stacked in the UFC as well. Like, I don't know if you guys are UFC fans. I am as well. I'm a big MMA fan. Um, when we're talking about boxing, we're talking about Lomachenko. We're talking about Luke Campbell and Ryan Garcia and Jorge Linares and Tank Davis and Devin Haney. Like, those are some tough motherfuckers, right? And those is like some names. Like, that's a pretty stacked ass division. Over here in the UFC, we have the recently retired Henry Cejudo, which I'm sure he's going to come back, honestly. But Cejudo, um, the I want to say, I think July 11th, as a matter of fact, we're gonna have Jose Aldo fight Peter Yan for the bantamweight title, which in the UFC it's bantamweight, considered bantamweights, but it's 135. Those two guys, even though I don't really feel that Jose Aldo belongs in the picture, he's there regardless. The potential resurgence of Cody Garbrandt, no love, stellar performance recently against Sun Sao, and then the next possible number one contender with Aljamain Sterling put on a kick-ass performance, as really set himself apart from everyone else. And then the Sugar Show, Sean O'Malley, that motherfucker is bad. Like, if you guys haven't seen him, he looks like Takashi 6ix9ine with his fucked up ass hair and the tattoos and all that thing. But that fucker is bad. Sugar Show, that O'Malley is no fucking joke. So those are all guys at 135 in the UFC, and that's a stacked ass division, on itself. And it's funny. I just thought it was, what a coincidence that the UFC has a stacked 135-pound division, and so does boxing with all the guys that I just mentioned. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to mention that, guys, and talk about that a little bit, because when I saw that Garcia is gonna fight Campbell, I was like, oh shit, that's gonna be good. Like, that's we're gonna really see what Garcia is made of in this fight, like 100%. We're gonna see if this guy is just all fluff, all talk and hype. The UFC. I'm sorry, the UFC. Golden Boy Promotions has done a really, really good job of hyping up this motherfucker big time, right? We're gonna see if he's gonna back it up. We're gonna see if he's the real deal or not. And Luke Campbell's gonna bring that out of him. 100%. Luke Campbell's gonna fucking bring that out of him. Whether or not Luke is gonna win, I don't know. That one's gonna be tough, but that is gonna be a killer fucking fight. I am hella looking forward to August 28th. All right, guys. So that's pretty much all. Just wanted to kind of bring that to the attention of you guys, and that's kind of the point of my channel. I like talking about fights. I like talking about potential fights coming up. I'm going to leave a couple of links, to some of my past videos if you guys want to check them out. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell. Who the winner might potentially be in that one. We're not sure who's coming up next. I assume that the winner of that fight is going to eventually fight, Devin Haney. Who the fuck knows how that's gonna go down or how soon that's gonna go down. But let me know what you guys think. Feel free to leave comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys once more for checking out my video. I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking it out. Once more, stay safe, please, guys, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.